Olá, pessoas. Como é que vocês estão? Todo mundo bem? Todo mundo vivo? Hoje vai ser Genshin. Porque é o que tem. É o que dá. Eu tenho energia. Continuar aqui a história de Sumero. É, eu já tô bem avançado. Eu dei uma jogadinha enquanto eu tava sozinho. Então, é isso. Vamos aproveitar o silêncio e relaxar. Já tive estresse demais no meu dia. E amanhã promete ter mais.
Alpimo. Dissa. Banoch.
Boa noite, Alfimo.
Oi, casada.
Oi, Alfimo. Só pra dar um. Só pra dar o contexto,
Meili
a gente
Suazilândia.
descobriu que está sonhando.
Dissa. Oi, pai.
Olá, May. Como é que você tá? A gente descobriu que tudo isso é apenas um sonho. Assim como a vida, tudo não passa de ilusões e mentiras. Nada faz sentido. Temos por que viver.
Meili Suazilândia. Dissa. Como vai?
Péssimo. Péssimo exagero. Tô cansado.
Meili Suazilândia.
You're back.
Dissa.
You left in a hurry last time. Is
Alpino.
everything okay?
Dissa. E con acento como o azagal dissa. Se eu estive na Matrix numa desplugano.
Não, pelo amor de Deus, cara. Se eu tô na Matrix, me despluga, cara. Porra, me despluga. A Matrix tá bugada, cara.
Dissa. Buenas noites.
Buenas noches.
Gamas Miguel. Dissa.
Everything's
Como
fine.
me vais a ser essas tu?
Eu tô vivo contra a minha vontade. Brincadeira, eu tô cansado, cara, eu tô estressado.
An experiment?
Tô,
That came out
tô
of
comendo
nowhere.
minhocas
I'm
de goma.
listening, though. What do you need me to do?
Alguém quer uma minhoquinha pra chupar?
Could you make a wish?
Gamas Miguel. Dissa. Patpatena tanositio QWQ. Alpimo. Dissa.
Cadê?
Falando dessa forma eu quero.
Não, tô no lugar. É aí mesmo. É uns pet-pet na minha orelha.
Gamas Miguel.
Vou mandar pelo correio.
Dissa.
You want me to make a wish?
Gamas
Is that a
Miguel.
new Sub-Zero's festival
Lisa.
tradition or something?
Tandy.
Contexto. A gente descobriu que tá todo mundo vivendo dentro de um sonho. E a gente tá tentando acabar com o sonho. As pessoas poderem acordar e a gente ir atrás dos vilão. E pra isso a gente vai ter que fazer alguém que é a
Alpino.
pessoa que tá sonhando.
Dissa. Ela tem 1,62 e o chat tem 6,42.
Essa daí é a minha altura. Por contexto de curiosidade. A altura do model é 1,77.
Dissa. Não é com acento a sua altura do modelo.
Não, do model é 1,77. 1,60 quem tem é o Dijin lá do RPG. Por curiosidade, realmente é a altura do model. Quando você vai fazer o model no Vroid, você consegue ver a altura que ele tem, tipo, pra referência. Eu coloquei 1,77. Então sim, eu sou alto. Ou não, na verdade eu acho que eu tô na média.
Less questions, more wishing!
Hoje eu...
Alpimo. Disa. Pra mim com acento alto, eu sou baixino. Giovanna Place.
Então é alto.
Disa.
Eu não sei o que é
Oi,
alto.
oi.
Eu sei que é raro eu olhar pra cima pra falar com alguém. E eu me sinto super desconfortável quando eu tenho que olhar pra cima pra falar com alguém.
Meili Suazilândia. Disa. Oi, Gil.
Ah, tá.
Okay. Okay.
Mano, quieta, faz esse favor.
Giovanna Place. Disa.
My wish.
Meili
My wish.
Suazilândia, oi.
Okay. I'm a little nervous saying this out loud, but I want Miss Dunyarzad to be happy.
Oh, ele gosta da Mr. Zod. Essa mulher aí que eu não consigo pronunciar o nome.
Oh,
I noticed earlier that she looked a bit down, and she wasn't really talking to anyone. She just
Ah,
doesn't
outro
seem like
contexto, a
herself.
Dunyarzad
She's
morreu.
always so gentle and kind,
Apesar dela estar
and
viva.
all the kids love her.
Complicado.
Nusa.
I've also wondered if the
Giovanna
reason she
Place.
asked me to be Fairest Knight of
Disa.
Flowers is because I'm
Tá fazendo
special
as
to her,
missas
or
chatas?
something.
Pô, essa missão não é chata não, pô. Eu tô gostando.
so you have a crush on Dunyarzad?
Mó mistério. A gente entrou num loop, viveu o dia da marmota. Aí a gente descobriu que tudo é um sonho.
Oh, is it that obvious? When she
Giovanna
placed the
Place.
hat of the Knight of Flowers
Disa.
onto my head,
Muito
she
chata.
said to me,
Ah.
I want everyone to have a
São
happy
pontos de
Sub-Zero
vista.
festival. What she didn't realize was that I'm not that interested in how everyone else feels. In that moment, I just wanted to be her Knight of Flowers for the rest of my life. 50 years, 100 years, I'll serve her till the end of time.
Se eu contar pra ele que ela morreu, ele pira.
Okay, yeah, that was a bit much. Felt like the right moment to get it off my chest, but that was pretty embarrassing.
Realmente, cara, foi estranho. Mas enfim, vida que segue, assim mesmo.
Okay, I'm ready to make my wish. I would like Miss Dunyarzad to appear in front of me right now with a smile on her face.
É isso.
Here goes.
Please come true.
I'm
Da,
gonna open my
da.
eyes. Oh, you're
What?
Ideia.
Fucky? Sorry, but only one portion of Yalda candies per person. Back home you go. Nice try, you two. Anyway, never mind. I don't need to see her appear right in front of me. As long as she's happy.
Guess he isn't the host of this dream after all.
Cara, eu tenho
Should've
certeza quem
expected
tá
it wouldn't
sonhando
be
é a da
this
Reia.
easy.
Aia. Garota lá bonita. Onde é que vocês estão pensando?
It seems like everyone who knows Dunyarzad loves her, but none of them has any idea that she...
To die.
My lady, step back.
That sounds like Dia! Oh, right. This is when Dunyarzad bumps into the kidnappers. Huh? But Dia can handle them. Hey, Traveler!
É isso, bora lá quebrar a cara dos ladrões. A gente não consegue fazer nada mesmo. Vamos bater em alguém. Nossa, sabe o que eu queria? Eu queria um... Acho que já deve existir. Um jogo em realidade virtual onde a gente pudesse bater no patrão.
Oh, it's you. Great timing. Please take... Hey, this is my job. The homie Yannis pay me, not you. You... Fine, alright. Knock yourself out. Why are you so worked up anyway? It's not like I don't trust your fighting skills. Anyway, watch yourself.
Será que é um dos bandidos que tá sonhando?
Suit yourself. You're going down.
That's close enough.
You lucky today?
Take this!
Caraca, os caras é forte. Pera aí.
Try to keep up.
Animal test.
Vocês são fortes, mas não são minha sucrossa.
This is long overdue. Born of ice and frost. Enhanced animal modules. That's not right. Yeah.
Putz, cerrei um.
Time for your arraignment.
Depois do varado no Guanxin.
Aí sim. Saca parado, desgraça. Toma na cabeça.
Born of ice and frost.
Caraca, tem mais?
All hail. No touching.
Como é que os caras aplicam dendro em mim se eles não têm visão? Será que eles têm uma ilusão?
Born of ice and frost.
The jungle.
Bom, acabou.
Traveler, were you just taking your anger out on those guys?
Sim.
You and Nahida both. Dunyarzad wouldn't want to see you two like this. Oh, and speaking of her, Paimon just remembered something.
O que você lembrou, Paimon?
Remember how during the first Sub-Zero's festival, before the Samsara started, we came here with Dunyarzad because she wanted to pick something up? She said it was because she had forgotten something. Okay, so Paimon's memory is working so far. Anyway, Paimon also remembers that she is staying somewhere around here. She pointed it out to us the night before the Sub-Zero's festival. Yeah, even if it's only a tiny clue, it'll probably still help us more than this needle in a haystack search.
Bem, vamos descobrir o que tem aí dentro.
This is the place. It's rude to enter other people's spaces without permission, but desperate times call for desperate measures.
Moça, você tá num sonho, você pode fazer o que você quiser.
Hey, the windows are unlocked. Okay, Paimon's gonna take a peek inside.
Cara, eles erraram a legenda.
This was only a temporary residence, so there was pretty much nothing inside except this book on the table.
The book is on the table.
Should we open it?
Abre logo, Paimon. Caderno de caligrafia bonita. Não, é caderno com caligrafia bonita. Quando não é o jogo errando a tradução, é o que é. Após quase 16 dias, eu finalmente consegui escrever essas anotações antes do Festival Sub-Zero. Quando o Festival Sub-Zero acaba, você e Paimon provavelmente continuarão sua jornada. A complicação as lendas sobre a loja menor criada, uma série de entrevistas que fiz enquanto estava preparando o Festival Sub-Zero. Entrevistei muitas pessoas, mas elas não sabiam muito sobre a loja menor. Ainda assim, espero que isso lhe ajude em sua busca por ela. O fornecimento de água village da garrafa é contaminado, forçando todos a irem muito longe para pegar água. Ah, mas um dia as pessoas descobriram que a água era potável novamente. Alguns disseram que a luz verde foi vista perto da fonte de água na noite anterior. Blá 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 blá. Depois da minha mãe faleceu, blá 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 blá. Houve uma vez que eu bebi mais do que eu devia, blá 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 blá. Essas lendas populares, junto com os comentários referentes do universo, deixaram as páginas cheias de informações.
Wow. Dunyarzad wrote all of this. Sounds like she was
Depois eu
always
vejo um
thinking of us,
resumo no
even while
TikTok
we
sobre a
were
história.
away.
Mais fácil.
Even though she was also busy preparing for the Sub-Zero's festival and had all her health problems to worry about.
Aí a pergunta é, como que isso daí tá dentro de um sonho?
She must have wanted to give this to us as a gift on the day of the Sub-Zero's festival, right? If we hadn't found this book, we never would have known. But now that we know, we can't even thank her.
Ela vai voltar, calma que ela volta. Afinal de contas, isso daqui é uma história
Now!
de fantasia. Será que é a Dona Zard que tá sonhando? Acho que não, né? Afinal de contas, ela foi de base. Foi de arrasta pra cima. Foi de comes e bebes. De americanas. Olha que pôr do sol bonito.
It's Dunyarzad's puppet.
Tapete.
Traveler?
Essa aqui tá ficando triste de
You
novo.
must be exhausted. Come to think of it, we've been stuck in this place for a really, really long time. Heck, even the last time we were chatting happily with Dunyarzad feels like an eternity ago.
Mail i Suazilàndia. Dissa. Vou jugar Genshin na mina conta que uso pra me divertir com alguém.
Em conta pra isso.
Paimon still remembers when we were sitting here, and the way her eyes sparkled when she talked about
Meili
Miu's
Suazilàndia.
dance of Sub-Zero.
Dissa. Temp.
There will always be frustrations in life, but I know that the point of living is not to leave behind any regrets.
That was what the real Dunyarzad said, wasn't it? Does that mean...
Yes, Traveler. What is it?
Oh, so she's still just a puppet. But just now, how come... What? Where are we going this time?
Onde tem a sol. Alguém tinha que ficar triste do nada.
Giovanna
If you
Place.
continue to resist,
Lisa.
we will have to order an investigation into every single event organizer. The Grand Sage has already granted you much leniency. I advise that you exercise tact.
How did things turn out like this?
Será que o sonho é dela? É isso, nós vamos quebrar a cara de todo mundo. Aê!
Traveler?
You don't have to get involved.
E eu sou o protagonista dessa história.
I don't want to drag you into this.
Moça, a gente é perseguido em três países.
Traveler.
Mas um não faz diferença.
Traveler? What the heck are you doing? If you get arrested by the academia, that's another day gone to waste.
É isso, minha gente, bugamos.
Wait, they're not reacting.
A gente bugou a Matrix.
Oh, of course. If this is the sage's plan, they wouldn't put themselves through this. So they're just substitutes. What is this? What happened to the Grand Sage and his entourage?
As flores são falsas. Tudo é falso.
Like I said,
Saía da Matrix for igual Angola ChatGPT
it's just
numa
a shame that
impressão
all the
até
real
conseguido.
Potty went extinct after her death.
Não, não é igual ChatGPT. ChatGPT é melhor. A IA não faz nada. A IA nem existe. O que é IA? Além de um monte de ifs destinados a tomar o lugar da nossa existência e se tornarem humanos após a nossa extinção. Enfim, joguemos.
Yes, the Greater Lord brought forth new Patisaras in memory of the goddess of flowers, but she ultimately could never truly replicate that beautiful shade of purple.
O lindo tom de roxo é o do meu cabelo, gente.
That beautiful shade of purple. Aren't these
Último.
flowers real Patisaras? Just like the ones
Isso
from the
me faz
legend?
lembrar. Acabou
I didn't even
conseguiu
notice.
entender sobre a Nie
10
até
years
agora.
odd. Did you find these?
Como é que eu posso explicar? Consegui entender que o jogo inteiro se resume a uma lição filosófica de que a vida é boa e que nós devemos nos unir para derrotar aquilo que nós não queremos.
Último. Disse. Já volto.
Beleza, eu vou aproveitar para pensar na resposta e não responder depois.
But didn't you just say all the real flowers went extinct after the goddess of flowers passed away? So, how?
Sim, é ela que está sonhando, Paimon.
Yeah. What's going on here?
Loucura, loucura, loucura.
Huh? You guys are acting weird. But okay, I'll try.
Shazam.
Hey! Weird! So Nilu's the host! What a surprise!
Vou chamar de hospedeira é sacanagem.
Purple Patisaras don't exist in the real world anymore. But in Nilu's subconscious, they can appear as decorations on the stage. It's just like the example Nahida told us. People assumed there will be food on a plate, and Nilu assumed there would be real Patisaras in the flower pots.
Mente.
So when you saw the flowers, you instantly knew it was Nilu? But if we want to end the samsara, we need the host to become aware that they're dreaming.
Acho que agora que você falou, Paimon, ela vai entender.
How should we make Nilu realize that? Am I dreaming? Huh? So I'm right. Is this Lesser Lord Kusanali responding to our celebration of the Sub-Zero's festival?
Não. Infelizmente é o contrário.
Wrong guess, but you aren't completely wrong either. The point is, what made you think this is a dream?
Provavelmente é o bicho flutuando aí falando que isso aqui é um sonho.
As far as you know, people in Sumeru But have you heard the tale of the first sage? To prevent a calamity, he went on a journey to find the Dendroarchon.
Pera aí, essa daí não é a nossa história?
Ooh, sounds familiar. Dunyarzad told us a story like that when we first arrived in Sumeru City. Yep, but in the part you heard, he hadn't become the first sage yet. There's more to the story.
Eita, ele encontrou ela.
His piety and wisdom were acknowledged by the Dendroarchon, and she finally gave her blessing to him. All kinds of spectacular scenes appeared in front of the first sage, as if all the knowledge in the world was being painted onto a canvas right before him. He was captivated. After who knows how long, he mastered all the knowledge he could comprehend. Afterward, he said to the Dendroarchon, "I miss my parents, my wife, and my children. I've been away from home for far too long. They must be worried." The Dendroarchon smiled. The next second, the sage found himself lying in his bed, as if he had just woken up from a dream. His wife, lying next to him, said, "You're off to search for the Dendroarchon today, aren't you? Have a safe journey, my love." In the end, the first sage took care of many disasters in Sumeru City and founded the Academia. What a happy ending.
Quem diria? O cara fundou a sociedade secreta que tá tentando destruir tudo.
So, the first sage was dreaming ever since the beginning of the story? He never went on his journey? Yes. But his faith and determination were conveyed to the Dendroarchon, so she blessed him in the form of a dream.
Que bonito.
Paimon understands where
Assim, de
you're coming
verdade,
from now.
a Arconde Dendro acho que tá sendo a melhor Arconde de todas.
But we really gotta wake up soon, like the sage in the story. I see. Well, it just so happens that today's Sub-Zero's festival is almost over too. Since we're in a dream, let's make this final dance of Sub-Zeros as beautiful as we can.
Mail Swazilândia. Dissa. Já te passo o meu ID da conta lá.
É...
The wait is over, everyone. I dedicate this to our god, the dance of Sub-Zeros.
Mail Swazilândia. Dissa. Esqueci que o tempo atualiza Janshin no PC onus.
De verdade, a animação do Genshin é muito boa.
I'd be lying if I said I had no regrets. I would have loved to see Nilou's dance.
Infelizmente não consegui meter a porrada na galera da academia.
Mail Swazilândia. Dissa. Entrar pelo celular pretomado.
Ok. É só se você me adicionar. E aí, o ID. Decorou o ID?
Mail Swazilândia. Dissa.
Good morning,
Tom
traveler.
160p.
Oh,
Pô, aí então aumenta pra 1080, né?
sleep for the
Dissa.
longest time.
Esqueceu.
Ai, que dor de cabeça.
Head
Mail
feels
Swazilândia.
super heavy.
Dissa.
Did we
Eu não.
oversleep? Do you even
Giovanna
remember
Price.
going to sleep last
Dissa.
night?
KKKK. Mail i Suazilàndia. Dissa. Fica de l'ai.
Paimon thinks it was after the Sub-Zero's festival.
Nós temos que falar com a Narida.
The Sub-Zero's festival!
O Paimon lembrou de tudo. Olha essa cara da Paimon. Essa cara de pamonha.
Have we finally escaped from the Sub-Zero samsara? Quick, take off your Akasha terminal!
Azar. Ela morreu mesmo.
Mail i
She's not in her
Suazilàndia.
room! What happened?
Dissa. 665 36 96 97.
Já adiciono, peraí. Será que ela morreu? Ah, ela tá viva, ela tá viva. E a Caterine tá aqui.
Well done, Traveler and Paimon.
Eita, eita, eita. Eita, a
Mail i
Caterine tá
Suazilàndia.
possuída.
Dissa. Giovanna aceites truques comptar. Vejo que tens ja amico
And thank you,
KKKKKKK.
Dunarzad, for organizing the Sub-Zero's festival for me.
I'm sorry, who are...
Dunarzad! You're okay! Oh, don't scare us like that!
Oh, Traveler Paimon. I have something amazing to tell you. I just had a dream, and I saw Nilu performing the dance of Sub-Zeros.
Giovanna Place. Dissa. Mail-guió Suazilàndia ja amico con
Caterine,
acento perfeito.
Caterine, desde quando você tá possuída?
You're actually Nahida, aren't you? Paimon felt like Catherine was acting weird when we met at the Sub-Zero's festival. And... Dunyarzad, did you save her? It's a really long story. We shouldn't disturb her. Her consciousness is still weakened.
Mail i
Let's chat
Suazilàndia.
somewhere else.
Dissa.
How
Aconseguí
about by
pagar
the
la nova
Traveler's
net.
favorite bench?
Mail i Suazilàndia.
Você, bora lá.
Dissa. Agora só no próximo.
É isso, minha gente. No final tudo acaba bem. É isso que eu gosto no Genshin. Tudo está bem quando acaba bem.
Dissa. Mat D4.
Calma, porra. Parece que nasceu de 7 meses.
Dissa. Mail-guió Suazilàndia eu paguei ela quando lançou. Mail i Suazilàndia. Dissa. KKKKKKKKKKKKK. Mail i Suazilàndia. Dissa. D4 falando porra.
Let's talk about Dunyarzad first. It's such a relief that she's all right. After we parted on the last day of the Sub-Zero's festival, I left the city and saw what the Traveler had described. Among the countless dreams, I found one that was growing fainter and fainter. This proved my suspicion. Once Dunyarzad could no longer bear the Akasha harvesting her dreams, her consciousness began to dissipate. But this also meant it escaped the Akasha's control.
Ela tinha se libertado.
Such a small fragment of consciousness can't last for very long, though. It will return to its original dream, where both will gradually fade until they completely disappear.
Então ela foi atrás do sonho.
I used all the power I had to keep her dying dream alive as long as possible. But it still wouldn't have lasted for much longer if it hadn't been for you two breaking the samsara. So it looks like we did manage to save Dunyarzad in the end. And not a moment too soon.
Foi final feliz. Não, foi milagre. Realmente foi milagre.
Why are you two smiling so happily? I thought you'd be so moved that you'd start crying. I need to spend more time observing human emotions.
Moça, agora você me explica por que você tá dentro da Caterine.
Both are fine. Everyone reacts differently. All right. You two must have a lot of other questions for me, right? After all, you saved my faithful believer.
Okay.
As your reward, I will answer any and all questions.
A primeira pergunta é mais importante. Por que você tá dentro da Caterine?
To be accurate, I'm using the Akasha as a medium to occupy Catherine's consciousness.
Isso aí não faz mal pra ela não, moça.
How did you do that? Poor Catherine. Does this mean you can also occupy other people's consciousnesses?
Acho que tem a ver com o fato da Caterine ser diferente, diria.
Theoretically, I can enter anyone's mind as long as they're wearing their Akasha terminal. The Akasha is the legacy of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. As Lesser Lord Kusanali and the first Akasha terminal, my consciousness has always been linked to the Akasha.
Aí sim.
I've always respected my people's free will.
Oh, desgraça de bicho flutuante. E nem é da Paimon que eu tô falando.
When necessary, I just borrow this bionic Snezhnayan puppet.
Ah, a Caterina é uma marionete biônica de Snezhnayan.
Meili Swazilandia. Dissa.
Hold on.
Eu paguei
Did
o
we just
lindo
learn
Dorazor.
some deep dark
Ah, eu peguei um Razor também.
Catherine is...
Não gosto.
No wonder Paimon felt something was off about her. What about your own body? Why do you need to borrow other people's? Don't you live in the sanctuary of Surasthana? That story begins a long time ago. After Greater Lord Rukkhadevata disappeared, the sages found my newly born self and took me back to Sumeru. At that time, I was young and weak. The sages kept me in the sanctuary of Surasthana, ostensibly for the sake of protecting me. But I've hardly heard from them since. However, I do understand that they had hoped to find Greater Lord Rukkhadevata instead of me, a symbol of her passing. So, the sages basically put their new Archon under house arrest? How dare they! Why don't you teach them a lesson, Nahida? In some ways, they aren't wrong. Greater Lord Rukkhadevata was omniscient and omnipotent. Even after her death, the Akasha is still empowering this nation. And I'm still really far away from being able to call myself the God of Wisdom. Moreover, the Academia is also more proficient at governing this country. My existence has little meaning.
Você precisa fazer terapia para lidar com esse seu problema de autoestima.
Yeah, you got a lot of believers. Just look at the Sub-Zero's festival. Everyone who showed up truly loves you. Thank you for the kind words. But I honestly don't need physical freedom as long as I can connect my consciousness to the Akasha. Trying to find a way to save Irminsul is my life's mission and top priority. I will work on that, and try to live up to being a deity in the meantime. Every once in a while, I will also take up the duties of the God of Wisdom and enlighten a lost soul here and there. Doing all that should be enough.
Tá. Eu não consigo apertar esse. Sobre o sonho que eu tive na floresta.
At the Avidia forest, there was this incense that made the traveler fall unconscious and dream of a huge tree and a red sky. You also heard someone's voice, right? It said world and forget me. Yeah, so you do know! We've been wanting to ask you what that was about, and if the red sky was related to Conria.
Talvez.
It seems like the traveler established a connection to Irminsul. That was a message left by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's residual consciousness in Irminsul. Perhaps her last memory before she died.
Por que ela queria ser esquecida?
As you two probably know, Greater Lord Rukkhadevata disappeared
Meili
after the
Swazilandia.
disaster in Conria.
Dissa.
The timings of these events
M'apediran
do
per fazer
line
un
up,
turbo,
so your
ho
suspicions
faré
are
de gràcia ela
reasonable.
insistiu em m'apagar e pedir um jogo d'Steam.
Aí sim. Já está recebendo pelos VTuber. Assim, você já pode vender um dos 30 que você fez também, mas... vê que já tá pronto.
A message from Greater Lord Rukkhadevata? We thought it was from King Deshret.
É, quem deixa, né?
King Deshret?
Giovanna
That god
Flies.
who died even longer
Dissa.
ago?
Mailigió
Some
Swazilandia
present-day desert
Stunks.
dwellers still worship him. You probably just heard some of their conspiracies.
Não eram só conspirações, tipo a Terra plana.
Okay, so what does the message
Maili
mean?
Swazilandia. Dissa. Quero duas VTubers pra QMNTem.
Pô, agora a gente tem um comunismo de VTubers. Fazer uma ONG. Meu VTuber, minha vida. É
Giovanna
uma boa
Flies.
ideia, é uma boa ideia.
Dissa. Mailigió Swazilandia Fufu.
I still haven't
Maili
managed to decipher
Swazilandia.
it. Even
Dissa.
the Akasha isn't currently
isso.
capable of doing that. Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's residual consciousness in Irminsul seems to be contaminated with something
Swazilandia.
that has a very dangerous
Dissa.
aura to it.
Kuluka Samasmunu Makutu Falou.
Bom, o meu VTuber, minha vida.
Many devoted scholars go mad as soon as they connect their consciousness. I've warned the
Maili
academia about this
Swazilandia.
many times,
Dissa.
but people still keep falling
Sim.
victim to it.
Pode usar, ainda não registrei.
But I believe this is the key to saving Irminsul. That's why I've kept trying to decipher it.
Eu acho que a Lorde Maior quer ser esquecida simplesmente para que a nova Lorde Menor possa ficar num lugar.
So the tree in the vision was Irminsul? Oh, Tainari also said that Irminsul is sick. Is it because of the contaminated consciousness?
Bem provável.
But even if you can't figure out what that vision was all about, it seems like our search for you was all in vain.
Não foi em vão, já que a gente encontrou ela.
The Traveler wasn't affected after coming in contact with that consciousness. I've never seen anyone like that. With you here, we may have a chance at deciphering it.
Será? É isso, a gente vai usar a droguinha básica lá, alucinar mais um pouquinho. Tentar salvar o mundo.
No, we must decipher its secrets. I've already eliminated all other factors that might affect Irminsul. This is the only one left. This puzzle has life and death at stake. It could determine Irminsul's fate, as well as Tevat's.
Voltamos. Onde é que eu tava mesmo? Ah, é o plano dos sábios.
There's never been any big problems with the Academia's governance of Sumeru. This is the first time I've seen them step out of line.
Será que é a primeira vez mesmo, moça?
I wonder what caused them to go down this path, and what they hope to achieve. Even though the city's residents haven't noticed anything strange, if the Traveler hadn't broken the Sub-Zero's samsara,
Maili
the situation
Swazilandia.
could have become dire.
Dissa. Primeira vez Doku.
Eles saem da linha. Eles se revoltam contra a Lorde. Mas eu acho que não é a primeira vez, não. Eu acho que eles já fizeram isso antes.
But I couldn't find anything suspicious. And all the people of interest seem to purposely avoid wearing their Akasha terminals. I think they're deliberately trying to hide something.
Sim, eles estão tentando te esconder.
Oh, that reminds Paimon. In Gandharvaville, there was a sage who had invited Tainari to join some kind of project. Could it be related?
Com certeza, senão não estaria na história, né?
Regardless, I need to first investigate the sage's motives, make things right, and punish them if needed. But I'll have to be discreet, or they'll see
Assim,
me coming.
não dá pra levar a sério na rida falando que vai punir alguém.
Got it. I hope my answers were satisfactory, seekers of knowledge.
Seekers of Knowledge. Gostei de ser chamado assim.
To be honest, maintaining Dunyarzad's fading dream took a lot of mental energy. I think I may need to rest for a while.
Boa ideia, vai dormir, moça.
Oh, and you don't need to worry too much about the sage's activities for now. The Akasha won't be able to conduct another project on the scale of the Sub-Zero Samsara in the immediate future.
Tu botou uma trava, né? Ah, sabia.
Go and get some sleep. Leave everything to us. What a relief. This is truly the most exhausting birthday I've ever had.
É isso, gente. Ela dormiu em pé. Aí agora acorda a Caterine.
Traveler? Paimon? Why am I here? Do either of you know?
A gente explica pra ela ou só finge demência?
Maybe you were sleepwalking. You know you can't wake up a sleepwalker. We happened to walk by, so we thought we'd wait for you to wake up.
Alpimu. Dissa. Voltei.
Bem-vindo de volta ao Femo. Estava arrumando o microfone. Continuando a história.
I see. Huh. I should visit my maintenance personnel sometime. Oh, I'm fine. I better go. Thank you.
Então, aparentemente a Caterine nada mais é do que uma boneca.
Alpimu. Dissa. Estou ouvindo a sua belíssima voz perfeitamente.
Isso é bom, isso é bom. E agora há pouco o microfone começou a chiar loucamente numa estática. Depois que eu acertei um tapa nele.
Quite some time in Sumeru City, but ever since we last said goodbye to Lesser Lord Kusanali, we haven't heard anything from her.
Vamos lá adicionar a May. Adicionar a segunda conta da May. Quantas contas da May eu vou adicionar? Pronto, May, te adicionei. Vai resgatar as coisas. Ai. Por que tá aparecendo ali? Vamos fazer esse novo aqui. Era só por causa daquilo. Eu não vou comprar, até porque eu nem tenho aquele. Se eu comprar ele vem com o personagem? Não, não vem com o personagem. Não podia vir com o personagem. Tô comprando a desgraça no bagulho. Me dá pelo menos com o personagem. Eu tenho 3 desejos pra tentar pegar a Clee. Vou pegar a Clee? Com certeza que não.
Can't just keep waiting around like this. Let's go find Catherine and pick up some work so we can at least keep ourselves.
Mail Suazilândia. Dissa.
Ad Astra Avisask. We meet again, you two.
O que era mesmo que significava de Astra Absosk? Era busca e conhecimento? Algo assim?
Hi, Catherine. Do you have any commissions for us today?
Commissions, huh? Let me think.
Certeza que vai ter uma com a loja menor com salário.
Oh, how about this? Please attend the Academia's Academic Symposium this afternoon and recite a love poem on stage.
Eu vou ter que recitar um poema de amor.
Wait, say what now?
Que pedido é esse, minha gente? Que pedido estranho.
Mail Suazilândia.
Bora lá.
Dissa. O jogo que eu escolhi para Madana
And
é
if
meu outro
possible,
jogo do metro.
please also use your
Sim.
camera to capture the reaction of the audience upon finishing the poem.
Huh? What kind of commission is that?
O público com certeza teria uma
I
reação.
see. It appears that you're not interested in this commission.
Não, daí, manda pra cá, a gente faz.
In that case, please go to Port Ormos and convince the Eremites there to spend some time volunteering at the local orphanage.
Hey, that's not any better.
Meu, mas de onde que eles tiram essas coisas?
I'm sure the mercenaries will have some interesting reactions as well.
Se a Caterina tá bugada.
Paimon's gotta ask. Just who exactly has been submitting these commissions to the Adventurers Guild?
Oh, the commissioner? Well, actually, I just wanted to see the two of you in action.
É a Narida.
Was it so obvious?
Sim,
I
estava
was hoping
óbvio.
you would actually take one of those commissions. That kind of chance to observe humans doesn't come by often.
Mail Suazilândia. Dissa. O maluca meu clienta teva a inspiração do personagem dela no manteu que nem meu kkkkkk.
Ah, so it's Nahida. Paimon just
Bem,
knew Catherine
cada
wouldn't
tem o
catch
cliente que
those
merece, né?
jokes. When did you get into her head?
Cada acha seu público.
From when she said, Ad Astra Abysosk? So it's been you this whole time?
Com certeza, Paimon.
Are you done resting
Mail
up, Nahida?
Suazilândia. Dissa. É como dizem, seus chateos peludos trame.
Yes.
Verdade.
I've been
Verdade.
sleeping ever since we parted ways.
O meu é cheio
And
de
I even
problemas.
had a really, really long dream.
Parece que a gente não consegue roubar o sonho dos deuses, não é?
It was another dream about the Sub-Zero's festival, except it was a happy one.
Oh, que bonitinha.
In my dream, I was sitting in the middle of a flower terrace, and everyone in Sumeru City was holding hands as they danced in circles around me. They danced round and round, and everyone looked really happy. I also got to sit on a gigantic flower carriage. Ferris, the Knight of Flowers, raised me really, really high above the ground, and I was throwing an endless amount of Yalda candies at the children. You know, Nahida, maybe your dream is how the Sub-Zero's festival really should be. It's meant to be a joyous time where everyone gets together to celebrate your birthday. Huh? Wasn't I describing a really happy dream? Why are you both looking at me like that? Wait, could this be an example of the emotion known as pity?
Gente,
No, we aren't pitying you.
sim, nós estamos com pena de você.
We just don't want you to feel too sad.
Por que nós não estaríamos com pena dela?
Mail Suazilândia. Dissa. Como coloca para indicar canais no seu canal?
No meu? No meu só eu coloco. No seu
Mail
você
Suazilândia. Dissa. No meu.
é só sair na configuração. Vai lá no gerenciamento, vai ter uma opção em algum lugar lá no. Acho que é canal. Aí você bota lá os canais que você quer que indique. Acho que tá em painel de controle, configuração, canal. Aí acho que é a última aba lá.
she doing? The Homiyanis haven't allowed any visitors after the festival, so we haven't been able to check on her. Yes, I paid her a visit right after I woke up. She was resting at the time. Her condition is stabilized. However, since Elazar is a manifestation of the withering on the human body, we can only cure it by finding a way to take care of Irminsol's own withering.
Tá, agora como que a gente salva a árvore pra poder salvar a mulher?
But for the moment, our top focus should still be figuring out what the sages are up to and what they're planning.
They are up to no
Who
good.
knows what'll happen if they manage to pull off another scheme like the
Meili
Samsara of the
Swazilandia.
Sub-Zero's festival?
Dissa. Coloquei.
Aê.
Dissa. Tem raga.
Sim, mas não pode regar demais, que se regar demais a planta morre também, porque dá fungo na raiz.
So our first priority should be
Eu acho que eu tenho um
investigating
cacto
and
aqui
putting
que a
a
última
stop
vez
to
que eu
the
reguei
sages'
foi mês
activities.
passado, eu tinha que regar ele
As
de
for
novo.
how we should pull that off, let's discuss
Mas eu
it
sempre
somewhere
esqueço
else.
dele.
There are
Ah,
too
falando
many
em planta, eu
adventurers
comprei
around here.
um terrário. Terrário que chama?
Meili Swazilandia.
Acho que é terrário.
Dissa. Agora bebaixa-se apareçam os meus canais sugeridos.
Yeah, estou sendo sugerido por alguém.
Sorry, adventurers! We're gonna be borrowing Catherine for a little while.
Alpimu.
Essa cara da Paimon é muito bom.
Obume con acento que com cactus a bocas casada ragae con acento a tebum.
Sim, o que me recomenda.
Alpimu. Dissa. So precisa ragar uma vez poema essa.
Cara, o pior é que realmente quando eu não comprei, eu ganhei o cacto. Quando eu ganhei, a pessoa me recomendou, ó, você faz o seguinte, você esquece que ele existe, quando você lembrar que ele existe, você pega ele e enfia dentro de um balde de água e deixa lá dentro por uns 2 minutos, depois você tira. Aí você esquece que ele existe de novo, até você lembrar que ele existe. E é assim que ele tá sobrevivendo até hoje.
Fukuizan. Dissa. Boa noite, Davi. Lindos e lindas doxa.
Boa noite, Fukui.
Fukuizan. Dissa.
Let's continue our
Como
chat
és tu?
here.
Alpimu.
Okay,
Dissa.
so do you have any
É
ideas
assim
on how we can
sucessivamente.
investigate the sages, Nahida?
Exatamente.
Alpimu. Dissa. Banot Fukuizan. Meili Swazilandia. Dissa. Oi Fufu.
Vou nem perguntar porque fixaram a mensagem do Alfimo.
Actually, I've already done a little bit of work on that. But for now, I want to hear your thoughts.
Mei, para de fixar a mensagem.
Fukuizan. Dissa. Alpimu. Meili Swazilandia. Dissa. Mafishei Semkare. Fukuizan. Dissa. Meili Gyo Swazilandia. Meili Swazilandia. Dissa. Fui minimisa eklikei. Alpimu. Dissa. E con acento que o boto de fixar fica Angola lado de responder.
Já aconteceu comigo. Ah, possuir uma pessoa-chave na academia.
Fukuizan.
I've
Dissa.
already tried that.
Eu entendo a
But all the
delas.
key members of the
Que aconteceu
academia,
comigo.
even the core of 30
Fukuizan.
cards, intentionally
Dissa.
avoid wearing their Akasha
Algumas
terminals.
vezes.
Cara, comigo aconteceu uma vez. Teve uma outra que eu apaguei a mensagem da pessoa sem querer. Por isso que eu não fico muito no modo de...
Dissa. Aconteceu comigo já.
Por isso que eu não
Mas
fico muito no modo
desfichei
de...
antes de vos ver.
De moderador.
Até hoje vos não sabe.
Você acha que eu não sei? Eu só ignoro, cara, mas tem histórico.
It seems that from the very beginning, they've been guarding against info leaks from the Akasha. Of course, it could also be because they're wary of me.
Por que eles estão desconfiando? Moça, você é deusa. Você é literalmente a Arconde. Você pode derrubar
Meili
isso tudo se
Swazilandia.
você quiser.
Dissa. Falta pouco pra pedir pro D4 cantar. Alpimu. Dissa. Droga a ela V baixa tudo.
Sim, eu vejo tudo. Eu sou onipresente, onisciente, onipotente. Ao menos aqui no chat. No Discord. Queria eu ser onipotente no mundo. Se fosse Deus, eu ia mudar tanta coisa.
Alpimo. Dissa. Se ela ver meu histórico vai ver que até hoje estou procurando o OnlyFans dela.
Como diria o Necronomicon, você acha que sua mãe não sabia o que você fazia com as meias?
Mail Suazilândia.
Have you
Lisa.
already caught the sage's
Falado
attention?
am Discord tu viu os cara que foi preso.
Não vi. Eles foram presos por quê?
I'm guessing not yet. But distrusting me would make perfect sense if they've ever paid attention to the urban legends about me.
Mail
In any
Suazilândia.
case, I
Lisa.
probably can't take over their minds
Padofilia és
directly.
tu.
É justo que sejam presos. Se fosse...
No way, that's too risky. You mean
Mail
it'd be too
Suazilândia.
easy to get caught?
Dissa. Só descobriram que o Ema Furam, PQ a caramundo delas é ela tchurau é revelou tudo.
Nossa. Meu, esse cara é foda, viu?
No, it's not that. We shouldn't involve innocent students in this. A single mistake
Suazilândia.
could completely ruin their
Lisa.
lives.
Vivia uma vida dupla era editor. Do Felipe Neto,
Doing that would be
Draquina.
ignoring the safety of my people for my own selfish goals. That's a good point. Spoken like the god of Sumeru. We're in the dark as of now. Since we still don't know anything about their goals, any rash move could tip them off and lead to terrible consequences. After all, every person in Sumeru City is one of their hostages.
Acho que eu já vi essa história antes. E eu não tô nem pensando na Matrix. Mas eu já vi isso em algum lugar. Enfim, Genshin já copiou de tanto lugar que a gente nem lembra.
Are we really out of ideas? Nahida, you're super smart, so you already have something in mind, right? Don't keep us in suspense. Spill the beans already.
Gente, eu tô começando a gostar da Paimon e isso me preocupa.
According to a
Mail
popular
Suazilândia.
theory from the Vahumana
Dissa.
Darshan of the Academia,
Lavei susto da mina
rejecting
aberta
impractical
no meu
motions
canal
at the
da Witch
beginning of a planning session
kkkkkk.
will give... Okay.
Porque ela começou a tocar do nada.
You don't have to use that kind of gimmick to make us take your ideas seriously.
Ai, ai, ai. Ai, ai.
I've been
Será que tem
thinking
pra
that if I
vender?
can't directly possess the leaders,
Dissa.
and if
Sim,
I can't get
Nem
ordinary
quando eu
people
tava
involved,
cantando.
Será que tem pra vender pelúcia da Paimon?
Mail Suazilândia. Dissa. Aí eu aquei que alguém tava
then
morrendo
I should find
kkk.
someone who's
Mas quem tá
already
morrendo sou
involved,
eu.
but hasn't decided to side with the sages.
O ser que tá morrendo é nessa live aqui, não é em outra não.
You're saying we should recruit a spy? That does
Cara, eu tô
sound
com
like it could
vontade de não
work.
trabalhar amanhã. Puta vontade de mandar um migué e falar, eu tô morrendo mesmo de... Ai. Vou no psiquiatra de um atestado. Usar CTEC.
Oh, before coming back, we met someone named Alhaitham. He seems like he acts alone, and he likes doing stuff behind the Academia's back. They probably aren't in cahoots.
Alpimo.
Será?
Dissa. Temo uma mula aqui. Já volto.
Actually,
Okay.
I already have someone in mind.
Cuidado com as
Do you
caras, hein?
still remember that female scholar named Sataria?
Cetária, que cetária?
Sataria. Paimon remembers now. Isn't she the one who's always trailing behind the Grand Sage of the Academia? We ran into her basically every time the Sub-Zero's festival repeated itself. You could even say we're old enemies by now. Paimon still remembers the smug and mean way she always spoke to Nilu.
Nossa, você tá mantendo aí um negócio que é meio foda, que você tava num sonho. Você tá tipo aquelas mulheres que acordam de manhã cedo, que sonhou que o marido tava traindo ela e ela acorda batendo nele.
I've always liked observing all kinds of people, and Sitaria has always stood out from the crowd. She was born in the desert and was hailed as their greatest genius. Her academic gifts allowed her special admission into the academia, and also gave her the opportunity to serve as the sage's assistant. Oh, Paimon didn't know she was from the desert. She must be pretty special then. Paimon feels like most of the desert dwellers around the city are working as mercenaries.
Quem garante que ela não é uma mercenária?
The name Sitaria means star. When she lived in the desert, she shone like the brightest star in the night sky.
Ficou todo torto.
Later on, she was chosen by the sun. The star was given a place in the daytime sky to complement the sun's dazzling light. Soon after, the star witnessed the sun scorching the earth, which brought forth many disasters. The star began to waver. Instead of staying beside such a sun, wouldn't it be better to return and light up part of the night sky? But in the end, she couldn't give up the radiance of daytime. To cope with her shame, the star buried her guilt and closed her eyes. From the sound of it, Sitaria's just hung up on the research opportunities here.
É isso, ela se vendeu.
But she doesn't really support the academia. She still feels guilty about not doing more for the desert, right? She's just running away from her problems.
Exatamente, Paimon. E eu também queria estar correndo dos meus problemas.
Indeed. When they are presented with complex moral issues, many people will simply plug their ears and go with the flow until the problem can't be fixed anymore.
Olha, eu quero dizer que eu vim aqui pra jogar Genshin, não pra receber uma lição de moral. Nahida coach.
She's suppressing a lot of guilt, but before she realized it, she had already become the sage's accomplice. She can't deny her part in their schemes anymore. Right. We must somehow make her face her problems again.
Não quero enfrentar meus problemas.
That way, not only can we get useful intel from her, but she can also use it as an opportunity to redeem herself. From my past observations, Sitaria will take a day off from the academia every 10 days to do some shopping in the city.
É um dia de folga a cada 10 dias.
Tomorrow afternoon
Tá
just
pior que eu.
happens to be a shopping day for her. That'll be our chance. To prepare, let's go check out some of her favorite spots, and have a quick chat with a few of the vendors there.
Pra lá investigar. Abaixo. Eu acho da hora que, tipo, Genshin é um mundo aberto. Aí eu me meto nessas missões de Arconte e eu esqueço que Genshin é um mundo aberto. E eu fico fazendo só as missões. Eu até esqueci que existiam
This
outros
should be
lugares.
Sitaria's favorite fortune-telling spot. So should we ask the fortune teller about Sitaria? No, I already have enough information on Sitaria. The most important thing now is for you to pay attention to the vendor's talking style and key characteristics. Talking style and key characteristics?
Vai possuir a mina, não vai?
My poor lost lambs. Have you become troubled over your fates?
Garota, você não é muito nova pra ser adivinha, não.
The divine voice of wisdom often echoes between mine ears. If thou be blessed today by the gods, I may be able to show you the way.
Nossa, a deusa tá aqui do nosso lado.
Huh? Really? Nahida, you've been whispering things to her?
Shh! My friend here has some doubts regarding her future. Can we get a fortune reading for her?
Of course, of course. In that case...
Peraí. É os gatos que vão ler o futuro.
Uh-huh. It would seem that Harut and Marut are quite wary of you. Perhaps, at some time in the past, you have somehow offended the gods.
Porra, umas 30 vezes. Uma vez por dia, pelo menos.
Only mocking the god of Animo, questioning the lord of Geo's financial savviness, and brawling with the god of Electro. Do those count?
Acho que conta.
Oh, nothing. Go on, pick an aspect for her to divine.
Amor, vamos lá, amor.
Love prospects? No problem at all.
É isso, gente. Ela vai ler minha mão.
The gods have spoken. The truth shall be revealed. One who is fated to cross your path will appear on... Huh? So many people will fall for you. How could that be?
É, basicamente o jogo inteiro, levando em conta que a gente tem as missões de sair nos encontros com a galera.
Marut, did you two spoil my divination?
Meili Suazilàndia.
I've never read a fortune so
Dissa.
absurd.
54% meu Janshin.
Parabéns. O meu deve estar em 3%.
Actually, Paimon thinks this is probably the most accurate fortune telling you've ever done. I admit that the orientation of today's celestial matrix is suboptimal. As such, there will be no charge.
Is that so? Well, that can't be helped.
If you were to bring some food offerings for Harut and Marut on your next visit, perhaps they could help you reverse the wheels of fate.
Isso, gente, eu vou fazer a mesma coisa. Vocês vêm aqui, faz uma oferenda de sachê pra Morgana e ela lê o futuro de vocês. O que vocês acham? É bom que ela é os dois gatos e um só, que a Morgana é preta e branca.
Giovanna Place. Dissa. Meili Suazilàndia.
É isso, gente. Morgana irá ler o futuro de vocês. Ela chegou a uma conclusão.
Suazilàndia. Dissa. Eu torço pelo dia que o Janshin tá na final pra acabar com essas atualizações.
Escutem todos o futuro previsto pela Morgana. Todos vocês irão se inscrever no meu canal. Esse é o futuro que a Morgana previu.
Meili Suazilàndia. Dissa. No escuto.
Morgana previu o futuro de todos vocês que estão aqui. Vocês devem seguir isso para que o futuro se realize. Brincadeira. Vou voltar pro jogo. Tá. Tem mais um aqui.
Is this another one of Sataria's favorite stalls? Yep. It belongs to a king. His father helped Sataria a lot when she first moved to Samari City, so she still comes by whenever she has time. When I start talking with him, listen carefully to the details of our conversation.
Impressão minha, a Caterine tem um espaço para você encaixar uma chave nas costas dela. Ou eu tô brisando?
Ah, dear customers, would you like to look at some pottery?
Não.
We caught wind of your great craftsmanship, so we specifically came to take a look.
Oh, I recognize you. Aren't you Miss Catherine from the Adventurers Guild? Sounds like I'm in for some big business.
Será?
Speaking of, where did you learn this trade?
I suppose you could say it all started with my dad. He's a mason by trade, but I
Ela
picked up
deve
an
ser
interest in clay
bagulho
while apprenticing
bizarro.
for him.
Você dublar um personagem que tá fingindo ser outro personagem, fingir de ser o personagem primeiro. Tipo, você tá dublando a Caterine, só que a Caterine é a Nahida. Só que a Caterine que é a Nahida é na verdade a Nahida fingindo ser a Caterine. Então nós temos a Caterine que é a Nahida fingindo ser a Caterine. E você tá dublando Nahida, que na verdade é a Caterine. Na verdade é a Nahida fingindo ser a Caterine.
After that, I began making pottery by myself in secret. And I simply changed trades when my works turned out well. Although it's a pity that I'm no longer making much use of the knowledge provided to me by the Akasha.
That's nice. You're making a living doing something you love.
So is your father still working as a mason?
Oh no, not anymore. A few years back, he fell from a roof and broke his leg. Since he had already saved enough mora over all these years, he's just enjoying the retired life in Port Ormos nowadays.
Isso, gente. A galera aqui se aposenta e vai pro porto.
I see. We wish him peace and happiness in his retirement. I'll have someone in charge of logistics at the guild come by another day for some goods. We'll leave you to it. Take care now.
No problem. Rest easy, all our goods are sure to meet your every need.
Eu acho que ele deveria ter comprado alguma coisa. Temos mais um aqui.
This should be our final stop. Sitaria is always thinking of this restaurant when she's working at the academia. So she always comes by whenever she's out in the city. Nahida, you've really thought of everything.
A Nahida consegue ouvir a mente das pessoas, não é?
It's my duty to protect Samira's citizens, after all.
Era muito estranho ver a Caterine agindo igual a Nahida.
Hi there. I feel like I've seen you down by the docks before.
Huh? Sorry, I don't quite remember.
If I recall, you were having a discussion with someone about shipbuilding at the time.
Ah, that's right! I've always been really interested in feats of marine engineering. After all, I grew up in Liyue Harbor and spent my entire childhood staring at the ships going in and out of the port. I came to Sumeru to study, but failed to make it into the academia due to my lack of talent. But I'm still discussing all kinds of problems with different scholars, and I'm continuing to study and perform research from the restaurant's basement. I'm sure I'll get to the academia after their next round of exams.
Será?
What an admirable spirit for learning. Amazing.
Sure, but you'll find hardworking people wherever you go.
Será?
So this restaurant has a basement as well? Huh. First I've heard of it.
That's right. It's not usually open to patrons.
Suazilândia.
Most of the time,
Nissa.
employees use it for breaks or
Torrigan
to
do meu
hold private
tuve
events.
enquanto Eugênio atualiza.
I see. Yes, that makes sense. Well, good luck with your studies, Miss Chishan.
Thank you so much. As long as I can make it into the academia as an official student, I'll be happy.
É isso. Acabou. Agora a gente vai bater um papo com a Nahida.
So, was that everybody? Mm-hmm. 3 familiar faces should be enough for Sitaria. What's the point of all the information we've collected? Nahida, you still haven't told us how you're planning to make Sitaria face her problems. Sitaria is already used to avoiding her problems, so we must find a way to break through her usual sensibilities. I remember you mentioned that the Eremites in Port Ormuz are all making a fuss about the upcoming resurrection of King Deshret.
Isso. Ela vai trazer o King Deshret.
Although it's all just a boatload of nonsense, the fate of her homeland may turn out to be Sataria's soft spot.
Pô, sacanagem você fingir ser um deus.
Ótimo. Nissa. Pronto. Voltei.
Bem-vindo de volta ao filme.
Oh, Paimon gets it now! You want to take advantage of the guilt Sataria
Ainda
feels about
estamos
her homeland.
na missão da Narida.
Although she knows she should return home to help the people of the desert, all she's done is conspire with the sages. So how do we set that up? Well, King Deshret is long gone, and Sataria is also too smart to fall for any simple tricks. If we simply engaged her under the guise of King Deshret's believers, she would definitely be
Ótimo.
wary of us, and
Nissa.
we may not get anywhere.
Tudo que eu sei da Naida é com acento que ela tem uma conexão Bluetooth com a grande árvore.
Então, tecnicamente ela não tem uma conexão Bluetooth com a grande árvore. Tecnicamente ela é a grande árvore. Mas não é a grande árvore. E, na verdade, a grande árvore tá com a memória da ex-Narida, vamos chamar assim, que é a Lorde Maior. É complicado, mas ela tá possuída. Nós estamos tentando despossuir a árvore.
But if we were to borrow some of her close acquaintances to talk with her, her reaction would probably be very different.
Morre.
So, you mean you're going to possess those people we just talked to?
Qual é a chance disso dar certo? Eu acho que não vai dar certo.
Yep. Possess them through the Akasha. Imply they've already converted to the faith of King Deshret, and then convey our made-up will of King Deshret. As long as everything goes smoothly, we'll get through to Sataria for sure. She'll never guess that we had anything to do with it. Ah, so that's how you're going to use all the info we collected on these people. It's so that you won't slip up and break form. Possessing them will only work if you can manage to pass off as them.
Eu acho que não é uma boa ideia você ficar possuindo as pessoas assim. Eu não ia gostar de ser possuído. Mentira, às vezes eu ia gostar de ser possuído. Porra, eu queria muito poder alguém pra me possuir enquanto eu tô trabalhando. Só por um dia, me dá um dia de férias de viver minha vida.
Exactly. So, best of luck with impersonating them. Huh? Best of luck? But we don't know how to possess anyone.
Será que é só pular em cima da pessoa e sentar no ombro dela?
That's no problem at all. I'll just share all their senses with you once I've possessed them. As long as you're also wearing an Akasha terminal, the effect will basically be as if you've possessed them yourself. Huh. That is pretty convenient. But why does she have to do this? Can't you do it yourself? Although I've been observing humans for a while, I've never been good at imitating them.
E eu sou bom em imitar pessoas.
You're not wrong. It's always been painfully obvious whenever you try to pass as Catherine. If it was at all possible, I would have preferred to leave these people alone. But seeing how things are now, I probably should just accept it and push on. Yeah, don't beat yourself up over it. We're only doing this to help everyone, and we'll only be borrowing them for a little while anyway. Alright, then let's give it a go tomorrow afternoon.
Vou esperar até o dia seguinte. Ah, que saco. Vamos usar um reloginho aí pra passar o tempo, não é não? Tic-tac, 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 tic-tac. Pra... Esse era o nome da missão, como uma heroína triunfante.
Here she comes. Satori is here.
Diga, Paimon. Eu não imaginava que ela estava aqui.
Let's quietly follow her. Once she starts talking to her acquaintances, we'll find a safe spot to begin possessing them. As for how we'll sway her to our side, I'll leave that to you. I trust you'll know what to say. Paimon's starting to feel kinda nervous. Okay, let's go. Looks like they've already started talking. Let's find a hiding spot and get started.
Como é que vai ser essa possessão?
That's right. You really can't force anything when it comes to love. And besides, everyone around me has a very different background and outlook.
Sério que a mulher vem aqui toda semana pra conseguir um...
Are you still listening to me, Nabia?
Oh, of course I'm listening. You were talking about troubles with your love life, right? I heard everything you said.
Porra nenhuma.
Okay then. You just seemed a little distracted for a moment there.
Baixou o espírito aqui.
Strange. Your cats seem pretty worked up. Is something wrong? I always thought they were quiet, happy kitties. Oh, what are their names again?
Haruchi Maruchi.
Ah, that's right. They are just little darlings, aren't they? Harut and Marut.
So, which fortune do you want me to read for you today? You must have come for another echo of the divine voice of wisdom.
I'd like to get another reading on my love prospects, but to be perfectly honest with you, I feel like I've been a real mess recently.
Você é uma traidora.
Well, could you do a reading on how long it'll take me to finish my current project at work? I really just want to get it over
Formou
with.
discreta pra caralho, né não?
I hear you. No problem at all. The gods will reveal the truth. The gods are asking. Sitaria, why haven't you gone home?
Why haven't I gone home? Do the gods really know everything I've been thinking about?
Sim, eles sabem.
Sitaria, why don't you just go home? It's a demand now instead of a question. The gods seem to be truly upset.
I'm sorry. I know I failed the gods. Please pass on my most sincere apologies and ask for their divine forgiveness. And if I may ask, Nabia, is there a specific god who's speaking to you right now?
What an inconsiderate and naive question. The god who is speaking to me is, of course, the wisest and mightiest of all, King Deshret.
King Deshret? No wonder he would make such a demand of me. Wait a second. King Deshret passed away a long time ago. Even though news of King Deshret's resurrection has been spreading like wildfire, it's all just a misinformation campaign from the academia. How can King Deshret still exist in real life?
Olha só ela revelando segredos.
Insolence! I am King Deshret's most loyal believer. Do you wish to refute his voice of wisdom?
Oh, no. As a child of the desert, I am only reveling in his power upon learning that his divine glory has touched even this city.
Irmão, não comemora não que ela já te viu.
I will think very carefully about his demand of me. I'm sorry, I must go now.
Moça, paga a conta, moça.
Wait!
Pague o que você me deve, moça.
Oh, she just ran off in a hurry. She looked pretty upset, too. Well done. Sataria didn't seem to suspect anything amiss.
Não, ela suspeitou pra caralho.
To have something she's been trying desperately to avoid show up out of nowhere and berate her, that must have shaken her to the core.
Não funcionou na Rida, desculpa.
Aw, Nahida, it seems like you understand human emotions really well after all. All I know are some abstract Harva-taught theories. And in any case, my time with you has shown a lot of them to be utterly useless. I'm still trying to make sense of everything. Anyway, enough of that. Let's hurry and catch up to Sataria. He's out of Keem's now, right on cue. Let's get ready to possess him right away!
E o próximo que eu tenho que possuir? Ah, é o cara dos potes.
It's okay. I just got caught up in something. Oh, actually, didn't you ask me to help you look for work? What kind of work were you looking for again?
Eu não lembro, era jardinagem ou construção? Acho que era com... Jardinagem?
Gardening? But don't you hate everything to do with plants? I still remember getting mad at you for secretly throwing away the bonsai that I gave you as a present.
You see, a friend told me that the secret to self-improvement is to work on things you're not so good at.
Fair enough. I didn't think that was something you would consider. Speaking of, how's he doing? Is he feeling any better? Oh, that's good to hear. I have been thinking a lot about him. If I could get some more time off, I'd love to pay him a visit. Actually, while we're talking about him, is he still living in Port Ormos?
Yeah, he's been retired there for a while.
If you could find the time, please write him a letter. Let him know that recently, faith in King Deshret has taken root in Port Ormos, and has begun to spread across Sumeru. He has a quick temper, and has always been a devout follower of the Dendro Archon. I don't want him to get into a fight with those King Deshret believers because of a difference in beliefs.
Oh? So, who are you siding with in all of this? The Academia or King Deshret? I'm so jealous of you. You were born a child of the desert, yet you chose to betray King Deshret, and now you spend all your time with those crooks from the Academia.
Akeem, you don't mean... you've also become a believer of King Deshret?
What's so strange about becoming a believer of the wise King Deshret? In fact, aren't you the strange one? The one who still can't pick a side?
Can't pick a side? Me?
Whoa! Paimon had no idea you'd be so good at this! You really zeroed in on the issue and put it right in front of her. It might feel a bit overwhelming for Sataria. But once everything is over, I'll be sure to pay her a visit to her mind and explain everything. Anyway, let's keep going.
Amizade de tudo, viu?
Come on! Sataria's already started talking with Shishan.
Você acha que a Cetária já não descobriu tudo?
So, Shishan, have you noticed anything weird in the city lately? Like, as if someone was trying to preach to you about something?
Era um sótão ou porão que tinha era porão.
Oh, right. Speaking of strange things, I celebrated the Sub-Zerus festival so many times that I lost count. That was really weird.
Wait, how could you be aware of that? That should be impossible. Nothing in the report indicated anything like that.
Tan, tan, tan. É isso, minha gente. Ela deu com a língua nos dentes.
Are you still failing to realize that the Academia's lowly tricks could never deceive all of Sumeru's citizens?
Shishan, don't tell me that you've converted to King Deshret as well.
What an absurd question. You make it sound like I should be ashamed for becoming a believer of King Deshret. In reality, shouldn't you be the one who is ashamed? You, who worked side by side with the Academia and treated people as nothing more than experimental subjects?
É isso, vamos apelar pra culpa dela.
Please, please stop!
Even now, Sataria's still trying to run from her problems. She can no longer justify everything to herself. Hey, she's trying to talk to the guards! What should we do? This is the most important part of all. Quick, get ready.
Mercenary, you're a member of the Corps of 30, correct? Please help me pass a message to the Matra right away. The situation in the city is getting out of control.
Please, try to remain calm, miss. Tell me what's happening in the city.
Heretics are infiltrating the city, and they've already converted many residents to their side.
Heretics? What kind of heresy are you talking about?
King Deshret! Many people I know have suddenly started believing in him, but he's long dead. It's impossible.
Miss Sataria, nothing is impossible.
You know my name?
King Deshret is immortal, and all who defy him will one day pay the price.
Eita, agora ameaçou. Agora a coisa tá feia.
You must face the truth, Sataria. You tread a treacherous path, and the longer you ignore it, the tighter the Academia's grasp on you will become, and the deeper you will be ensnared. Child of King Deshret, never forget that the desert that belongs to you lies elsewhere.
What's so strange about becoming a believer of the wise King Deshret? In fact, aren't you the strange one? The one who still can't pick a side?
What an absurd question. You make it sound like I should be ashamed for becoming a believer of King Deshret.
Sataria, why haven't you gone home?
É isso, minha gente. Enlouquecer uma mulher. Agora ela vai de base.
It seems that no matter where I run, I only keep finding more believers of King Deshret. I have to say, this is a familiar feeling. I've also been running from my guilt this whole time. Guilt over my part in the Sage's plans, and from ignoring the letters from the children of my homeland. But no matter how much I may try to ignore or get rid of it, my guilt always comes back.
You won't necessarily lose your research opportunities by facing the truth. Besides, did you really want to conduct your research while carrying such heavy feelings of guilt?
How do you know me so well? Are you truly just a believer of King Deshret? Or are you the god himself?
That's not important. The important thing is to pass judgment on the Academia and its sages, and to correct their mistakes. If you could provide some assistance in this matter, perhaps it could serve as a form of atonement.
Porra, eu ia ficar muito puto se depois a Nahida aparecesse pra mim e falar: Ah, lembra tudo aquilo que aconteceu? Era só um plano pra te fazer se sentir culpada. Eu ia fazer de tudo pra trazer o maldito Deus morto de volta.
I've actually never believed in the gods, but I've always believed in serendipity. Your appearance must be a fated opportunity for me to get out of this wretched situation.
Gente, como que uma pessoa que vive num mundo onde os arcondes literalmente estão andando no meio do povo, ela vira e fala: Ah, eu nunca acreditei muito nos deuses. Porra, o que mais precisa é que ele caia na sua cabeça?
Please tell me, what can I do for you?
How much do you know about the Sage's current activities?
I was just one of the designers for the masked dream harvest scheme, which is what happened around the Sub-Zeru's festival, but I know very little about the full scope of the overall project. I'd assume that only staff with the highest clearance would have access to those confidential documents. I've just been working to meet the Grand Sage's specified requirements. However, there's something that's been really bothering me. I heard that a scholar who was previously expelled has returned to the city, and even the sages are still quite wary of him.
Certeza é o
To
carinha
fight
lá.
against the academia, we will need to figure out the nature and the purpose of their work. Is there a way for us to get access to the confidential documents you mentioned?
It should be possible if we're willing to take some risks. After all, I'm an assistant to the Grand Sage, and I've been working on many tasks outside of the project. One thing, though, I won't be able to transfer the documents to you through the Akasha once I get my hands on them. The sages have always closely monitored all activities within the Akasha. Let me see... let's use the most primitive method. Send someone to pick up the documents tomorrow evening at the Academia entrance.
Sério que os caras vão me passar os documentos em papel? Envelope pardo, escrito confidencial.
The Academia entrance. Wouldn't that be too conspicuous?
Don't worry about that. I assure you, this won't be a trap. I'm only suggesting this location because it'll draw more scrutiny for me to leave the Academia again. It'll be safest for me to distract the guards long enough to hand you the documents.
All right, I trust you.
So, if I were to successfully complete this task, would it mean I've atoned for my wrongdoings?
Sim, moça, você será perdoada dos seus pecados. Vá em paz, não peque mais.
That'll depend on the judgment of the Dendro Archon.
The Dendro Archon. That's right. Her people are the ones we have endangered. As the god of wisdom, she's also the one responsible for judging and guiding the scholars. Maybe it's time for me to find a god to believe in.
Just as Nahida predicted, we've
Jesus.
managed to bring Sataria to our side. The Traveler's execution was ingenious. She's the one who deserves all the praise.
Obrigado, obrigado, obrigado. Eu sei que eu sou um ator muito bom.
Well, now that we've made plans to meet again tomorrow evening, all we can do is pray for Sataria's mission to go off without a hitch. Pray? But if we're going to pray to the gods, aren't we just praying to you? God of wisdom and guardian of the scholars? No. The truth is the true guardian of scholars. I've always believed that. Anyway, let's meet again tomorrow evening at the Adventurers Guild.
Interessante pensar no Marconde falando pra rezar. Tá, vamos amanhã. Esperar o dia seguinte. Tic-tac, tic-tac, tic-tac. em cima. A Anaída podia parar de possuir a galera, né?
Oh, you are the other Catherine, right? That's right. I suppose I'm the other Catherine in your mind. Shh! We're on a secret mission tonight, so we need to protect Catherine's identity.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yep, Paimon's right. We cannot fully rule out the chance that the meetup tonight is just a trap.
Será que é uma armadilha? Eu acho que não.
If something were to happen, my existence may be the only trump card we'll be able to play. After all, the academia should still be unable to confirm the existence of my consciousness in the outside world. Yep, exactly. Just what Paimon was thinking. Anyway, enough about that. Let's just make sure to be on our guard. Off? What do you feel is off?
É isso, já descobriram tudo.
The middle of the night. Of course it's quiet. You're not getting paranoid, are you?
Pouco.
No, I think she's right. It really is a lot quieter than usual. If you look around, there seems to be fewer people on the streets. I'm not sure if this is the case for the entire city, though. Huh. Maybe it's just a coincidence. Maybe Sataria figured out a way to not only distract the guards, but also to get everyone to go to sleep early, just so we can exchange the documents in peace. I also can't quite figure out why things feel a little off. But now that we're here, let's go ahead and meet her as we planned.
A gente tá sonhando.
Well, regardless, as long as you're here with us, Paimon feels a little safer.
Cara, eu acho que isso aqui vai dar errado.
Huh. There really aren't many people out right now. Let's hope it'll be this quiet in front of the academia, and that Sataria managed to distract all the guards.
A gente vai ser enganado, com certeza. Discretos pra caramba essa galera, viu?
What are all these people doing here at this hour of the night?
Ué,
Ah, the triumphant hero returns at last. And to a rather spectacular welcome, even if I do say so myself.
ah, tinha que ser.
The outcast, expelled from the academia.
Indeed I am. Although these days they tend to call me the Doctor.
Dottore.
If you're
Essa daí
looking
não é minha
for your
espada, não.
researcher friend, she has already been taken into confinement. With some basic caution, she could have discovered the listening device on her person. Clearly, she lacks the degree of rigor expected of a true scholar.
Assaspa d'Unió dels Emirats Àrabs. Mail i Suazilàndia.
The people of Samir
Lisa.
City.
Asakara El Hindu.
Eu não sei se você sabe, não, o Dottori não é bem um cara.
Now they can deposit information directly into
Basicamente
the
ele é um
subconscious.
clone.
As you can see, all these lovely people now believe this traveler is a hero who has just saved the world. My experiment is a success. And now it seems they can no longer hold back their sheer adoration.
No, what should we do? These are all just regular people. Leave now. You need to get out of here. But that guy's a Fatui Harbinger. We can't just leave you here. Nor can I abandon the people of Sumeru.
Bom, ela possuiu a caixa também.
Don't worry. We'll meet again outside of the city.
I see. You appear to have overridden their mental faculties with your own consciousness. To possess such a powerful mind, you must be the god of wisdom.
Vá, tu demorou esse tempo todo pra saber. Você ainda se diz mensageiro Fatui.
This should be far enough. Paimon needs to catch her breath first. Is Nahida going to be okay? We only made it out because of her. Paimon wasn't counting on running into a new Harbinger here, let alone such a high-ranking one. That guy was number 2. So scary.
Pô, eu queria muito quebrar a cara dele. Nunca nem vi, mas...
The doctor. Remember, Tainari told us about him. Sataria did say that someone who once got expelled from the academia came back recently. And that even the sages are wary of him. Yep. Sounds like she must have been talking about the doctor.
Esse problema tá crescendo demais.
The doctor's in the picture. We're no longer just dealing with the academia. They're in cahoots with the Fatui.
Não, vocês estão lidando apenas com os Fatuis. Academia é outros 500.
What are the Fatui after this time? Another Gnosis? Yeah, things would be a lot easier with Nahida's help. Nahida said we'll meet again outside of the city. But we can't just keep waiting around, right? You mean... Oh, right! Wasn't he invited by the sages to work on some project when we were staying with him in the Deveria forest? That has to be the same project. Even though he turned it down at the time, he might still know something. There's no time to lose. Let's go to Gandharvaville.
Isso, bora ir atrás do Tainari. Deixa eu teleportar pra lá que vai ser mais rápido, né? Pelo menos me teleporta a metade do caminho aqui. Acho que não tem teleporte mais perto. Pra ter um teleporte bem na porta da vila, mas... por algum motivo ninguém colocou. Voar, voar, subir, subir. Vamos lá encontrar o Tainari.
Hold it right there. A blonde-haired traveler and a floating fairy. We've got you, all right. Take a look around. You've fallen right into our trap.
Moço, sai do caminho, senão a gente vai ter que matar todo mundo.
Are you mercenaries from the Corps of 30? Did you come here to arrest us?
Corps of 30? We're nothing like those government lapdogs who don't even get scraps for their work. We are an elite brigade that commands the highest commission rate in all of Sumeru. We're here on the orders of a client known only as the Outcast.
O Pária.
The Outcast? An outcast from the academia? But why wouldn't the doctor just send the Fatui after us?
Still wasting time on idle chit-chat. We'll shut you up soon enough. Get them!
Ah, vamos lá.
You're up, traveler!
Meu irmão, você nem luta, o que você tá falando?
For Rex Lapis! Absorption test!
That's close enough.
Access denied. To incinerate inadmissible evidence. Enhanced animal module 75. Animal test 6308. Blaze over.
I'll be back.
It isn't over
Tem
yet.
mais.
Here comes reinforcements.
Maluco.
Mark 2. No touching. This is long overdue. Access denied. Stay clear. Absorption test. Enhanced animal module 75. Boom boom.
Aê.
That was pretty rough. Is that what elite mercenaries are like? Yeah. Looks like we'll have to keep our guards up. But this doctor guy seems like a pretty tough opponent. He knew exactly where to set up an ambush. Did he predict that we would try to find Tainari?
Provavelmente.
Going up against smart people is tough.
Nem foi tão difícil assim, Paimon. O D4 estava jogando.
É, o pior que até que foi fácil. Nem perdi tanta vida. Tive nem que usar a cura. Mas deixa o Paimon sonhar. Cadê tu, Tainari? Tainari! Tainari! Tainari, eu preciso de você.
Dissa.
Traveler in Paimon.
Pula que o D4 tem alergia a curandeiro am Janshin.
Exatamente. Nunca usei na minha vida.
Hey, it's nice to see you again. Are you doing all right? To be honest, I'm not doing too well. My Elazar has been progressing at a faster rate lately. I'm finding it harder to complete more intricate tasks. As a result, Master Tainari is taking me off the patrol schedule. He will only allow me to stay here and coordinate other people's tasks. Oh, Kale.
Olha, a gente vai te ajudar.
Speaking of Tainari, did he go off on patrol? We're here to talk to him. Oh, Master Tainari? He just left the Avidia forest a little while ago. He was headed to Party's DI. He left? But isn't Tainari always saying that he never wants to leave the Avidia forest? He even turned down the sage's invitation. I thought it was weird too. Master Tainari always prioritizes his work as a forest watcher above everything. He almost never leaves his post. He left in a hurry this time, though. No, I only found out that he left through a message he left behind. He also made sure to delegate all his tasks using a schedule. To leave in such a hurry? I'd guess he had something urgent to take care of. Master Tainari originally studied in the Amorta Darshan of the Academia, and Partis Di is something like the Amorta's research base. Many rare shrubs and grasses have been planted there for research. I know that before he became a forest watcher, Master Tainari once spent a long time conducting research at Partis Di. A research base, huh? Gotta wonder what kind of research Tainari just decided to work on all of a sudden. Oh, we don't have a lot of time, so let's go look for him at Party's DI.
Vamos atrás do Tainari.
Don't worry. I'm fine. I'm used to living with Elazar by now. If you run into Master Tainari, please send him my regards.
Bora atrás do Tainari.
Will do. See you later.
Droga, cortei a Paimon. Nossa senhora, cara, tudo longe aqui. Não tem nenhum teleporte perto. Bem, eu vou terminar a live de hoje por aqui. No futuro nós achamos o Tainari e descobrimos o que tá acontecendo aqui. Bem, é isso aí. Obrigado a todo mundo que ficou até agora aqui.
Alpimo. Dissa. Oporu fica triste com isso. Giovanna Place. Dissa. Separou na mesma parte que eu.
Boa, aí você não toma spoiler.
Alpimo. Dissa. Ula a cara da Saporu idoso.
Cara, eu não tanco esse pobre idoso, cara. É muito engraçado. Uma cara de triste. Uma cara de deprimido. Uma cara de quem acabou a vida. Quem é que tá online aqui pra gente mandar uma raid?
Dissa. Imagina eu prestar atenção na história da Janshin.
Pô, pior que eu presto atenção. Vou mandar vocês pro Moleiro. Eu gosto da história do Genshin. Confesso que metade dela eu vi no TikTok, mas
Alpimo.
eu gosto.
Dissa. Eu presto atenção.
Bem, é isso aí. Obrigado a todo mundo que apareceu. Valeu, Alfimo, valeu, Gil, valeu, May.
Alpimo.
E todos os outros que eu estou
Dissa.
esquecendo.
Eu sei a maior parte da
E
história.
até a próxima. Bye,
Alpimo.
bye.
Dissa. Mas não cheguei na parte que o D4 chegou.
Sério, eu achei que você já tinha passado dessa parte.
Alpimo. Dissa. Até mais, meu lindo. Meu gostoso. Meu amando. Alpimo.
Até.
Dissa. Até a próxima.
Até a próxima. Amanhã tem live se eu não matar ninguém nem morrer. Ou for preso. Se eu sumir é porque
Alpimo.
provavelmente eu tô preso.
Dissa.
Ou eu não
Eu
tanquei.
no jogado desde que o Janshin
Morri
me
de
decepcionou numa
estresse.
Dandubok.
Olha, eu me peguei no Genshin esses dias. Cadê? Acho que dá tempo de eu mostrar. Cadê eu? Aqui, eu me peguei no Genshin. E com essa eu me despeço. Até mais. Bye bye. Bye bye, bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.
Inte mais.
Bye bye.